Hey, what's up, everybody? Today I'm just going to do a review, kind of to follow up on what I said earlier in one of my other videos titled "Why I Bought a Beretta 92FS," just to go into more detail about the pistol. Finally got the tripod for the camera, so I'll be able to do this from now on. Not flashing gang signs, but just to be able to get both hands free. And this is the box of the Beretta 92FS. There's actually this very interesting video on this pistol from Cokeman. I'll post a link to him on the bottom of in the comment section. But he posted a very funny video to this pistol. If you're looking for a laugh and want to know more about the pistol, suggest check that video out. Anyway, so moving forward, this is the box that it comes in, grayish box. So I'm gonna go ahead and take out the pistol case, and I just kind of have I'm using the MacBook Pro as the backdrop because the desk is actually kind of a darker wood finish. So I'm trying to get some lighter colors to show the Beretta. Alright, so there's the box. And if this was not for demonstration purposes, I would have this locked, or the pistol would be in a safe somewhere. So you open it up, and there it is. When it comes with the pistol, there's some more stuff in the case, but it won't have 4 magazines. You got one in there as well. It only have 2, but I got 2 high cap magazines because the 2 that came with the pistol were low cap. So there's the pistol. Take this out. Okay. Alright, so there it is. And I covered a lot of the stuff about this in the previous video, but just to go over it with you guys. One of the things I really like about this gun is just simply the grip. It's kind of thick, but that's one of the reasons why what I like about it. Is that it just feels nice, in your hand. It feels really nice, and this is one of the reasons why people like SIGs, is because yes, it is a heavier gun, but it feels solid, and when it shoots, because it's so heavy, the felt recoil is significantly less, and that's the same experience I've had with this. Is that you can shoot this thing all day long, and you'll still be comfortable with it. Whereas the Glock 23 or any 40 caliber, when you shoot in such a volatile round, in such a light pistol. After a while, after several shots, if you're shooting it wrong, your hand starts to get bruised. But this weapon, on the other hand, it's nice and thick, and you can shoot this thing all day, very comfortably. There's the magazine well, magazine 15 round. One thing about the magazines I want to talk about is that it's not double stacked. On the Glocks you have the 2 holes in the back, witness holes, whatever you call them. Those are double stacked. You see the rounds side by side, but whereas the Beretta 92FS, if you take a look at the diagrams, the rounds are actually staggered. So it's a staggered magazine. It's at a diagonal angle. So when you look through the holes, if this thing was loaded, you would see there's a round there and there's a round up there, and it'll zigzag up across. So it's a staggered magazine. Metal magazines, and one of the concerns I have about the magazine follower is that you see this thing kind of actually, see that? It moves the front, it tilts down. In other words, the whole follower doesn't move together, but it can move, part of it can move and the other part kind of stays in place by the spring. So when that happens, when you're loading 9mm bullets, what can happen is you can load it, and when you go ahead and unload it with your thumb, put the magazine, take out all the bullets from the magazine, the brass casing, when it comes up, it'll get stuck against this lip right there. So that's something to think about in terms of shooting it on the range. I haven't found that to cause any problems other than a nuisance when you're unloading the magazine. But if anything does come up, I'll definitely post an update. Right, there it is. Let's see. This thing's on safe right now, so you can pull this all day long, nothing will happen. And if it's unsafe, you try to cock the camera back, you can't do it. When it's not unsafe, this thing is clear, by the way. There's nothing in the gun. When it is not unsafe, if it's on fire, when you cock it all the way back, when you rack the slide back, it'll actually cock this thing back all the way. It's a single action. It's a very short trigger pull. Compared to, I'm going to go ahead and decock it, put it on safe. See where the trigger is now compared to where it is now. So it is on safe now, the camera's all the way up, and it's a double action pull. So just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to do that. It's kind of a long and pretty heavy pull. I'm not sure how many pounds it is. I think it's like 10 pounds or more, but it's pretty heavy. And you can see the hammer go back. Here I have it kind of half cocked. You can actually do this manually. You can just cock it, put it on fire, cock it halfway, so it's a little bit less travel of the trigger, or you can do it the full way and the trigger will come back this way. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and find the exact trigger pull weight, and I'm going to post it in the comment section because it is pretty heavy. And when you're holding, it depends on how long your fingers are. When you just barely have the front knuckle of your finger, the front padding of your first knuckle on the trigger, first shot. If you're doing double action, let's say you're doing it with a snap cap all day long, as mentioned in my other video, your fingers get a buzz and actually sting pretty quickly. So, but don't worry, after that first shot, a single action, or you can just cock it all the way back for single action only. And from that point, when you let a round off, the slide will rack back, and it'll be single action again for the second round. So it depends on how you want to carry this weapon. If you do have it a concealed carry, I'm not sure. It's up to you. However you want to carry it. And I talked about that interesting feature with the firing pin earlier in that other video. The sights are unadjustable, unfortunately. So it's kind of stuck with what you have. But I got this pistol mainly because it's something that I've seen a lot when I was a kid, and the U.S. military uses it now, along with other countries, their military police forces. So it's more of an iconic weapon for me. It's kind of like the Colt 1911. It is for some people. So that's the reason why I got it. I don't carry this gun for concealed carry. Okay, and when you practice dry firing with this thing, sometimes one of the things you'll notice is in this case it's actually very solid, very tight. And when you open it up, sometimes you'll see what appears to be condensation on the gun, and when you actually rub it off, it's kind of oilish, kind of greasy. That's an interesting phenomenon. But when you dry fire it, you actually see oil come out of this part of the gun. Now I'm just going to go ahead and do the takedown. That's one thing I did not do in the other video. Just go ahead I wasn't able to use both hands, but it's pretty easy. Just hold this button down and just pull this thing down, and when you do that, the slide will run forward. So just be sure to catch it. Slide comes down. Alright, the magazine. Field strip this frame, put that aside. The magazine, alright, just all unloaded. And the this recoil spring, it's actually a lot of tension. So unlike the Glock where it comes out nice and easy, make sure you keep holding it. Okay, so you see all that slack. So if you don't hold it tight, it'll spring across the room, poke someone's eye out, etc. And then you have the barrel. What I gotta do is pull this thing forward, and there it goes. Comes out, slides out, nice and easy. So there's the slide, pretty open, innovative design. And then there's the barrel, 5 inches. Okay. And when you pull this thing back, make sure that this is flush. Make sure that it's flush like that. If it moves out of place, it's hard to put back into the barrel. So putting it back is pretty much the same way as taking it out. So that's the Beretta 92FS. It's a great pistol. I don't think you can go wrong with it. I'm running out of time here, so probably won't be able to finish this, but it's a great pistol, and I recommend everyone get one just because it is a part of this country's history, especially that it's being used by the armed forces, except it's called the M9. So thanks for watching, and let me know if you have any concerns or questions.